Hey everybody, welcome back to Movie Explosion. Hey, we got some fan mail. We got some fan mail from.
Yeah, fan mail.
I'll put it on the screen and I'll read you his wonderful letter. Oh, where is it?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I feel like we've made it.
We did make it. This is from our Cabin Boy review. Cabin Boy was a really funny movie. Unlike this video, Tim Burton was supposed to direct, but had to bow out because he was offered to direct Ed Wood. That's not grammatically correct. This movie was a production of Chris Elliott and Tim Burton. When Tim Burton wasn't able to direct anymore, the other writer took over directing duties. You can see Tim's influence. They must be, yeah. This Drew Blood, D-R-U, Blood. You can see Tim's influence with the set design, backgrounds, characters, weirdness factor, and a whole look about Chris's writing. Look about it with Chris's writing. This is a cult movie, but you guys wouldn't know any of those terms, I'm guessing.
What terms?
Is the terms cult movie we don't know about? Or do we not know what the terms set design, backgrounds, characters, weirdness factor, or writing is? What do we not know?
I admit that I know all but one of those things, but I won't tell you which one.
These puppets are lazy, much like your overuse of the annoying horn every 10 seconds. No wonder I'm the only one commenting this review sucks balls. We thrive on no one watching us. We don't fucking care.
We never use puppets. I'm confused.
And I'm a dog. Like, that's it.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I don't know what horn noise he's talking about. I really don't know what he's talking about.
No,
Our movie today is a fine film. This movie's called Werewolf Island, and another version of it somewhere is called Dog Lady Island.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's over.
What was that?
I don't know.
Heard a lot of rumors about that island. None of it's any good.
You heard all the stories about that wolf curse or something like that?
You know these kids these days. They take a rumor or story, turn it into something to scare people.
I did something bad. A long time ago, I thought it would just go away.
Stay the hell off that island.
You trying to scare us, Stan?
The curse is real.
I'm not buying any of it.
The monster involved in this movie is the poster got me right there, one behind you, but it's this.
I was so stoked on it. I mean, check this werewolf out.
We get this one instead, which is far superior.
You know, her first scene.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Our fabulous film starts, not at the beginning of the story, but like near it.
No.
This young couple is driving in a car, and they're driving away, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's
what was that thing? Oh, why are there rope marks on my neck? I'm scared. What do we do? Who do we call?"
It's a mystery. It pulls you in. It's like, what's happening? We're gonna call Uncle Mike, right?
Yeah, Uncle Mike. He's a cap.
Yeah, Uncle Mike. He works for the police. We're gonna call Uncle Mike. And they go there, and they're like, Uncle Mike's like, "Tell us what happened. What happened?" That's Uncle Mike's impression. What happened?
Yeah.
Why?
And then
why'd
we
you
get
go
our
to the
first
island?
flashback.
Yeah, and the flashback, they're like on the island, and the guy who has like this gorgeous hair and very clear complexion, he's like, "Let's go to this island." I don't know. It's a little scary on the island. Oh, come on, bring my machete. Okay, they bring a machete.
It's kind of scary, though. I mean, I hope that she knows him really well. I'm going to bring you on a forbidden Island and bring a giant machete What the fuck was he? What was it for, really?
I don't know.
I mean, what kind of paranoid weirdo brings a machete?
And if you need a machete to go someplace, don't go there.
Yeah.
Like, I need a machete. I'm just going to stay home because...
Seriously.
This is Machete Island. Like, oh, hey, we could go have a picnic in the middle of the forest in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night.
This is a horror movie star. And like, oh, and they do
real
that.
Meta.
And they drink wine, I think, but when I looked at it, it looked clear.
They had cheese and vodka.
But they said it was wine. I wonder if they said water. It's like, could you guys get like grape juice or something?
It could be a white, the foot wine.
Maybe,
Maybe it just didn't pick up well on camera.
Maybe I'm wrong. I can be wrong. Yeah. They do the deed. And he's like, oh, I gotta take a piss. And then he said that. Like,
I hated the way he delivered that line.
Oh, I know.
Honestly, I was like, he's gonna die.
I don't want to be. That was so great. I love you. I love you too. I got pissed. And it's like, oh, great. My guy's so sensitive. Oh. And yeah, it's like, I got piss. And then he's gone. And then she like is, I don't know why she doesn't realize it, but this person is under her blanket.
Well, she thought that it was her hair guy.
Well, how did you not know that he like popped in there?
Well, she was dozing off. Maybe she got the O and she got a little sleepy.
Maybe she did. Okay.
And
it's fine. All right. She lifts up the blanket really high to show this young lady here going, rawr.
Oh, yeah. So what was she doing down there?
I don't know.
What was she doing?
Why, if she was going to attack her, why did she go that way?
Yeah.
Like later, she grabs her, puts a rope on her neck, and starts to drag her into the forest. It's like, start with that.
I think maybe she's got a thing going. She likes being a little tease. She likes getting a little bit of rope involved, a little chokey choke.
Thanks for the machete. The boyfriend shows off, and he's like, no. Gets the machete out, and this ghost lady is so polite. She just stands there as he chops the rope and frees the girl, and they run away. And she just watches this. And it's pretty nice of her to let them go.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I mean, she sort of walked after them.
Yes, in kind of like a zombie-ish way.
Yeah.
He walks after them.
But she's not a zombie.
No, she's not.
Okay.
We find out what she is. And it's like,
in another flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's a second version of this thing that she is.
Yeah.
Which I didn't get the first time around in this movie. It's like, oh, that's...
I didn't either. Yeah. I still don't get it.
And she grabs the girl by the ponytail, and he takes the machete and chops off the ponytail, chops off part of her hair, instead of chopping his arm, grabbing her hair. I was like, what? And then in this shot here, she's like watching them run away, not trying, and she's holding the ponytail like, fuck. God damn. Yeah, so Uncle Mike's like, we're gonna get on it. And so he goes to the island the next day, and some like sleazy like real estate guy is like, hey, I'm trying to sell this island here. Don't mess it up. And then other partner's like, I'm not going on there. And
he shows up. He's like, sorry, I'm late. He's wearing a shirt that's like partly tucked in. This guy, he's one of those cops that typically just hangs out at like the courthouse.
Two cops go on the island, and this confused me, this part, because remember how the two kids went on to the middle of the forest, like to be super secluded to have their sex picnic? Well, they find all their picnic stuff in this clearing like by a road. It's like, what? I thought they got really far into the woods.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
I don't know.
But Uncle Mike picks up this thing off the ground and starts to shake. And he has like a weird flashback of these like a dinner table, and the kids are there and they're not there, and this woman's there, and it's like, oh, what's that? I don't know these people. There's mysteries. There's mysteries. Lots of mysteries in this movie.
More mysteries. Yeah.
They answer all the questions. You got to give them credit for that. They answer the questions. So
that's true.
So I mean, They don't leave you hanging with anything. The girl's house, and her grandfather, who's a biker. This is important. He's a biker, and his name is Lucky. And he's like, you went to the island, and then his exposition is flown in your face. Like,
he berates the shit out of her in that scene too. Like, she's traumatized. She's got rope marks on her neck. It was a horrible ordeal.
He's worried because, that's where her parents died in a boating accident. And he yells, like, that's where your parents died in a boating accident. He says that, I think he's just
but that's her parents, and he's got a reminder of that. I don't think he was very sensitive.
The real estate guy goes, oh, you should talk to so-and-so down this road. He knows all about the island. And they go there, and he sees Uncle Mike. He's like, I know you from somewhere. He's like, sorry, buddy, I don't know you. Like, get off my lawn. And they end up talking, and it's just flashbacks. If you like flashbacks and historical reenactments, you'll love it.
Yeah, I mean, you called this Flashback the movie before I started watching it. Yeah.
Shit, there's so many of them.
There are.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That guy gives 3.
Yes. And then I thought when he mentioned this, when he talks about the 70s.
The French.
Yeah. So it's okay.
He does the French, then he does the 20s, and then he does the 70s.
The 70s is later. He mentions the 70s one. I'm like, another one, but he does it later on.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But okay, it's like probably the Revolutionary War times about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's when the French were still hanging out and they're trying, well, it was before then even. They were trying to appropriate land.
Yeah, and it's like these French guys come up to these Native Americans. It's like, hey, guy,
s'il vous plaît, get out of here.
You got to get off this land. We're gonna take it. It's like, you better get off the land. It's like, I won't get off the land. Well, I'm coming back later on, and I won't do it now, but I'll get you. And he's like, oh boy. And then like the Asian Native American's like, what are you gonna do? And the white one's like, I don't know. So he goes off and he's like, I call the wolf spirit.
Yeah, he goes to the totem pole.
Yeah.
And he does like a weird little blood ritual. And he cuts his hand, and then he cuts his stubble chest.
Yeah.
He had some stubble.
He does.
Yeah, and then he starts hearing some gunshots and some screams.
Yeah, and he goes over there, and like all the old Frenchmen are shooting all the Native Americans down. There's a few pretty good fights, I think.
Yeah, a guy throws a tomahawk into another dude's chest. The French guy, he shoots his only bullet because it's a pistol from 400 years ago.
Yeah.
And then the naive chief guy shows up, and he's like, the French guy's like, I don't need this to fight you. And he throws the empty pistol away. And it's like, yeah,
you don't.
You're not going to do anything with that. It's going to take you a minute to reload the damn thing. And so instead, the chief dad kneels down. He's like, trying to comfort his dying daughter.
Yeah.
And then he snaps the French, I was going to say Russian because some of them had Russian accents. He snaps the French dude's neck.
Well, I know that at the end, the chief guy's running towards a line. By line, I mean like 4 old French soldiers, and they shoot him all together, and they just hold like there's the most dead face, like, we're shooting you, we're in this movie.
Yeah.
We shoot him, and he says the name of the wolf spirit. Like, whatever, dude.
And he locks hands with the leader guy, the French leader guy, and he gets blood all over his beautiful costume.
Yeah.
And then he falls in the ground,
in the garbage.
Like, bury him.
Yeah, right here. Let's make this place haunted.
That's how you do it. That's exactly how.
Here's another story. He tells another story from the 20s, and like the best, like the most 2 perfect human beings in the world live in this huge house.
They're little kids.
Yeah, like 2 kids, and he's like, "Oh, honey, things are so perfect." He's like, "Yeah, honey, I think we should open up a school for troubled girls or something like that." They're like, "Oh, you're so thoughtful." And then a knock comes on the door, and it's some mobsters.
Yeah.
Like, this is Tony.
Strangely enough, one of the mobsters looked kind of French, even though he was a paisan.
Yeah, I know. So we're paisans. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
And then he insults him in front of his goons, which I thought was a really bad idea. He calls him like a punk. He's like, he's a punk.
Yeah, it's like,
and it's like, dude, these guys will kill you, and you know that.
Yeah, just.
And he doesn't care.
Like, no, I don't want to hide your weapons, sir. I won't tell anybody you're here. Go along the way. And they had the names of. I remember the names of the gangsters because I thought, like, I tried to figure out who was who. The lead one was Sammy. Like, Sammy, I'm Sammy. And then there was Paulie and Tony.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know why I know that, but I know that. But yeah, like, this is
because they're stereotypes.
Like, we're gonna come back. Again, they come back. Like, why? Like, why? Like, just do it now. But they come back the next day.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he told you not to come back here. And, like, they kill everybody. And, like, we'll save the wife for later. And, like, it's really nasty. This movie gets kind of gross with, like, save the wife for later scenes. It happens a few times.
Yeah.
And so the wife's like, oh, I need to get out of here because Tony or Paulie just told me to stay here, but I want to try to get out. And she goes to the front yard and has a piece of rope that she's crudely turned into a noose.
Yeah.
Not tied to anything. She starts, like, loosely, like, exhaustively throwing the rope around a tree limb, but she, like, hangs herself.
And you go, went on forever.
Yeah.
And they played that music in the background.
Yeah.
Foreground. I felt like the music was a little bit much for most of the movie.
Yes.
The two goons go to look for her. They're like, where is she? And they go outside to try to find her.
The noose is empty.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what?
But the lady behind you is waiting for him in the bushes.
Well, that's not the same lady, though.
It wasn't.
No, you see.
Confused.
All right. This is what happens. And I thought the same thing. Okay, that lady is a lady from the 70s.
Okay.
This is what happened. So there's the spirit of the revenge wolf thing on the island. And after she hung herself or saved her, I don't know what, but entered the spirit of the lady from the 20s. And so she goes on a fighting killing spree. She tears the testicles out of this one guy's crotch, throws it into the woods.
And he's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They hold the shot of, like, her holding the balls in her hand. And I thought for sure that I was going to see, like a heartbeat, like Kalima or something.
Yes.
She Kalima'd his balls.
Yes. Just reaches down there and grabs it. She had these metal fingers, like, things. I don't know. She pulled them out. And then the Sammy, the lead mobster, shows up. Like, what's going on here? Oh, spaghetti or whatever he's saying. And she loosely chases her zombie style, and ends up killing him. And then she walks to the house.
Yeah.
This is the part I was confused, but then later on I figured it out. She walks to the house and then falls flat on her face in the ground. And another version of her that's transparent rises out of her. So she dies. Okay. So
yeah,
when you get to the 70s flashback, when the wife dies, this same spirit enters her, and that's who this is.
Yeah. So the 70s flashback, the cop dude is being kind of a dick to this guy, which is kind of not good. You're just supposed to sit there and take notes.
Yeah.
Whether you think they're full of shit or not, you're not supposed to tell them your story is bullshit and then sit there and continue to listen to them. That's kind of rude.
What he does do is says, I know you from somewhere, and he shows them a picture of this guy from the 70s, the same actor, so it's the same person.
Yeah.
And it's like that, and his
same age.
His partner's like, oh, I don't know, man. Looks just like you. Like, yeah, man, it's the same. It's the same person, and he doesn't buy it. He doesn't believe it.
Yeah.
So in the 70s flashback,
okay, don't have relatives, I guess.
But yeah, there's also a scene where they show for at least 2 minutes the wife dusting off a huge TV with a bongo in the background.
Yeah.
70s. The past Uncle Mike and his wife are like these people meant to take care, the caretakers of this island.
Yeah, their job is like keep everybody else off.
Yeah, for the owners, like they take care of it. They can live on this house. They have a whole island to themselves. Keep everybody off the island. Like, okay, fine. So they're walking around and like, oh, here's a old Native American totem pole thing. Cool. Hey, I found this necklace. You should put that necklace back.
Yeah, it was nasty looking too. It was like talons and teeth and shit.
And then these bikers are like, hey, let's go to that island. It'll be fun. And
they kill Daddy. They're all like, why'd you kill my daddy?
Yeah, and there's a
you're gonna go to jail.
But that's when she turns into this person here.
Yeah.
So the spirit has found a new vessel, and this cannot rest until vengeance is done. Like in the 20s, the lady killed all of the mobsters, so her vengeance was completed. But now there's two bikers got away.
Yeah.
One name, oh Jesus. One was Lucky, which is was the same name as the girl's grandfather. And one was like Guido or fucking, I don't know. Like one of those words. I don't even remember. Dago.
I don't remember either.
Dago. His name is Dago. Like Jesus. Two bikers, Lucky and Dago, got away.
This movie hates Italians.
I know. Uncle Mike shows up to the girl's house where the grandfather is. And the grandfather was there because he's one of the bikers. But he sees the guy from the 70s at his door again. So he's like, hey, old guy who tells stories, what do I do? And the old guy's like, get the bracelet, get the necklace thing, and get it off the island and stop the curse. But this gets everybody on the island because you have the biker man goes to the island. He goes to get the necklace, which he finds. And then the kids from the beginning of the movie come on the island, and they're like, oh, we gotta, I don't know why they go. I'm not sure why. Well, the bikers and the cops, like the cops try to get the biker guy to like, if we want to help you get this off the island, let's do it. And he's like, no, copper. And they have a shootout. And biker guy sees this lady here. He's like, you stay back or I'll shoot your hubby. And at first I understand that was the husband from the 70s. I'm like, why are you saying they're married? I don't understand. Like, oh, I see. That is his wife from the 70s. It doesn't make any sense though, because Uncle Mike is...
Well, he's the somehow too old reincarnation.
I feel like he was around in 1973 or whatever.
Yeah.
He was alive, maybe as a kid.
Yeah, he's not friggin', Yeah.
I feel like he's alive. Like, so he was a reincarnation while someone else was, while the person was alive.
You can't do that.
No. But he ends up shooting Uncle Mike. He sees his family from the 70s. It's like in this, like this lady, her face turns back to normal. Because does she kill the biker? She must to like lift the curse. She's gotta.
I was kind of fading in and out at this point.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm trying to put it all together in my head. It's difficult.
Well, the chief of police was multi-reincarnation of bad people. He was the bad French guy. He was the bad
French guy.
guy.
There's no mention of that. I don't know if it was just same actors or what. But he was a bad French guy. And then, turns out there was one reincarnation because he was Dago the biker.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to help you out now.
God.
I'm Dago the biker.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
Then as soon as he says that, they're in the car. It's him driving, the partner in the passenger seat, and the girl and the boy in the back seat. And as soon as he says that, the girl reaches over and starts like biting his neck, and reaches in and grabs his heart out of his chest.
Yeah.
The spirit of the wolf thing has entered her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his chance. That's her chance to kill, to finish the curse.
Yeah.
And then the poor girl gets out of this police car. It's like, what the fuck happened? Why am I holding this person's heart? Like, dropped out heart, man. Like, what's happening? What's going on? The real estate guy pulls up in his car.
Oh, yeah, he's all pissed.
Now I'll never be able to sell this place.
Yeah. Oh.
I feel like he was like part of the production or director or something. I don't know, because there's another scene where Uncle Mike's investigating, and he calls him up. It's like, Uncle Mike, come on. It's in the news now. The guy who wanted to buy the island doesn't want to buy it anymore. It's like, why are we coming back to this guy?
Yeah.
Keep sticking him
Show
in
him
there.
a few times.
They were very ambitious in trying to get like this whole connecting storyline throughout different decades, which they technically did, but it was kind of confusing because first time I thought that this ghost lady was the same in the 20s and the 70s, and she's just on the island. I was also waiting for a werewolf to show up too. But I don't think...
I thought we were gonna get this back here.
I know.
But
I didn't think it'd be as good as that.
No.
I just thought that it would be something close to it. I thought it'd be this island. When I saw the picture, I'm like, ooh, okay, this movie's about an island. It's like separated from everything. And there's
it looks like something like back here we got like the South Pacific.
Yeah. And it's just filled with werewolves.
Yeah. Oh, that would be awesome.
Exactly. Only werewolves. And the ship crashes on there, and they have to survive. And all the werewolves on the island are people who crashed there in the past, turned into werewolves. Amazing movie. Someone make it. Give me your money. Give me a cut of it. Do it.
Yes. Right now.
That's an amazing film.
So many other things have not done this already.
Like a whole island just of werewolves. It's like in the daytime, like, okay, in the movie, they crash on the island, right? And then they get on the island, it's daytime. And I'm like, hey, welcome to the island. Who I caught Werewolf Island? Oh, I don't know. And they're just like, because they're people in the day. And then when the full moon comes, like, they're caught off guard, and the whole island just turns into werewolves, and just immediate panic.
Satanic panic.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good story. How does the person survive? How do they get off the island? Great movie. And the werewolves can't get off the island with another boat. They can't just take the person's boat, because every time they try to do that and they start paddling out, when the full moon comes out, turn the werewolves, and they just like destroy the boat, and they just drown in the ocean. Like, it's like a perfect setup, and I'm upset that, great movie.
Which flashback was your favorite?
I gotta say I guess the 1700s, whatever it's supposed to be, just because of the outfits with the wigs.
I liked that too. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the French accents.
Like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
I'm really trying that.
I exclaimed at a couple of scenes in that flashback. I liked the very first one.
You mean
the one where
the date?
Yeah, like how they shot the first part of the movie out of order, or played the first part of the movie out of order.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I liked the little late night picnic, and the woman, getting down with the granddaughter.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, but she's after people in that family? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I recommend it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Tubi.
You go to Tubi, tubi.com.
To be or not to be.